Good morning. Lexi with HeaLex Stitch Craft here. Ooh, excuse me. Just organizing some thoughts this morning. And then going to stitch on some stuff.
Look at this one I picked.
Nice.
At the donut store, I picked this one.
Yeah,
It's good.
you're adorable. Was that Archer?
Yes. There's it right there. On a dolly in his face.
No, doggo. Alright, let's see. What's wrong? Torvy, what is... What?
I didn't do it.
Didn't do what? Who didn't do what? Can you speak to me, please? Who didn't do what? No, we're not doing this. What do you need? She didn't do it? Is that what you said? Runa!
What is it?
Will you please help her get a muffin? Thank you.
Wait, there is no more chocolate chip muffins.
I know. Daddy put some lemon ones in there for her last night. Go on. Good morning. I apologize. I had to mom for a minute. Who have we got in here? What are we up to this morning? I'm just organizing some thoughts for the month ahead. And then I'm going to get stitching. Good morning, Sammy Spider. Oh, here we go. That's where my notes were. You can't hear me. I don't know why that would be. I don't know. Maybe you can hear me now? Let me know. Alright. Now I got my head on straight. A little bit at least. What are you up to this morning, Sammy? Which project do I want to work on? Hello, Athena. Looked like an awesome comment, but it was retracted right away. I don't know what you said to me. I think you're asking what I do on this channel. I am a crocheter. I hold this space on YouTube as a personal vlog. No, I'm not at the beach. I'm on my front porch. But yeah, I hold this space as a personal vlog and a space to hang out with a fibrous community and to learn and grow and share the things I've learned. And to document the things that I accomplish. Hello, welcome in. Excuse me. Making a hat this morning, as of right now at least, out of a beautiful acrylic alpaca blend in this gorgeous evergreen color. I measured it correctly, but I feel like this is going to be gigantic. You might hear my children in the background having breakfast and playing with each other. We had a late start to our day. I don't know that I'm going to have enough of this yarn to make a hat. Now that I'm getting into it. It'd be a shame. It's beautiful yarn. It'd make a beautiful hat. It would look beautiful next to my eyes. Good morning, Arity. How are you? Ugh, I don't know how long I can do the big yarn. It's hurting my hands. Takes me forever to get a chunky hat done. How ridiculous is that? I might have to adjust the way I'm sitting a smidge here. Ugh. There. I'm so glad it's a holiday today. What are you doing today? Might get loud with the train here for a minute. Yeah, I'm not gonna have enough of this. So I'm gonna stop right here because I am not confident that's gonna stretch as far as I want it to. I'm confident it won't. Dang it, I tried. What's up, Lamar? Welcome in. Loving the yarny emojis. Absolutely nothing today. Did all my adulting yesterday. Hope to play with my yarn all day. Amen. I am not doing anything either. I'm taking my children over to a friend's house. We're doing a soup party. And yeah. Gonna let the children go down in the basement and scream at each other and have fun while we sit around and play with our yarn. She is my one fibrous friend in town. Well, the one that I actually get together for stitch and bitch sessions. Not that either of us really has anything to bitch about. I tried. I really like this yarn and I want to put it to good use. Give me some ideas. There's not quite enough here to do a hat with. I don't know what to do with it, but it's so squishy and soft and I love it. And I want to do something with it. Other than just play with it and frog it and play with it and frog it. Because that's what I've done twice now. You are my fiber friend too, Arity. I have one in life real, like I could reach out and touch her. One person in my world day to day, and our kids are the exact same age. Her oldest son is 2 months older than my oldest daughter, and her youngest son is 2 months younger than my youngest daughter. It's wonderful. And they have the cool basement at their house. They have sensory swings hung up for the kids, several of them, so that there's no fighting over them. It's like a whole gym and laundry room in their basement, and that's it. So the kids go downstairs and scream at each other and have fun. And we get to hang out. I'm gonna work on this. What are you planning on working on today, Arity? I watched Camille's video this morning about her holiday challenge, and I will talk about that after the train blows through. so much nicer to my hands and my wrists. I think we're in the clear now. So, I don't know if you have seen Camille's video. I think she put it out this morning about the holiday challenge. I I have decided to, there are certain YouTubers that I keep up with almost daily. If not every couple of days, I catch up on their videos from the last couple of days, what have you. Shannon and Another Yarn, Crafting Kitty, and Lori's Stories, and Cinnamon Stitches, handful of others that I try to keep up with throughout the week. And then others that I've just kind of fallen down a rabbit hole for a minute and watched several videos at one time or whatever. But I have decided to try to watch others' catalog of videos from front to back and just get to know everything, right, that they've put out. Maybe not thoroughly watching all of the tutorials and whatnot, but all of the vlogs. Oops, I'm screwing that up. So I have done this, and I am now done with Shannon at Another Yarn, and have been bouncing around trying to decide who I was going to start watching next. And so Camille putting up this challenge for the holiday videos means I have a lot of Camille videos to watch. So that's where I'll be. Let's see, you have plans to try to practice some of the Tunisian for Camille's Mal in between knitting the sleeve on a sweater that's almost done. And I started something for Chef Lori's Halloween thingy. Oh, nice. You're all over the place like me. Within reach, you want to take a wild guess how many projects I could count within reach? I just counted 21 projects that I am in rotation of touching currently, regularly, rotating those ones. And that's just up here. But the wonderful thing is, when you're this squirrely, at least, you know, occasionally you have a whip explosion like I had a week ago or whatever. 6 projects in a week. Good. It's so good to not be alone. And by all means, the accountability, that's what I'm here for. That's one of the things that I want in this community. And if you want that too, then let me know. But the accountability, if you see a project and then it disappears for a long time and you didn't see it finished, give me some shit, because that helps me get stuff done. I am putting my notes together for my Witch Whip Wednesday video that I'm going to record and put up Wednesday morning. And looking over August's finished objects. That's exciting. I feel pretty accomplished lately. Of course, some of it's a trauma response if we're being real. So that, and then I got a commission. So that one got done within a couple of days. I just need some fuel on my fire. That's what it is. There is no knitting police. No, but yeah, exactly. There is no knitting police. I want to knit so bad. I really do. I have a set of bamboo. I'm doing bamboo first because given my experience with crochet hooks and whatnot, I feel like because one of the things I struggle with the idea of knitting is keeping the yarn on the needles. I feel like the bamboo would give me a little bit more grip to get used to this process with. Um, so I bought bamboo. My daughter, so my oldest, has told me that she will crochet when she's a teenager. And then on a different day at a different time, she told me that she wants to knit before she crochets. I don't know when. She's only 7, but you know, some people start that young. So with her school funds, I've ordered us because I need to know a little bit about what I'm doing in order to help her. And it's something that I desperately want to do too. So I ordered us bamboo needles, double point needles, and some more sock yarn because that's my goal. That's what I want to make first, really. I see myself doing like a washcloth and then jumping into like a super vanilla pair of socks. I can't see. It's such, the reflection's terrible. Different view, because you have things that you are creating. Yeah, exactly. See? Yep. Well, there you go. That was another thing that she had said she wanted to learn last year. A friend of mine gave us a very nice Project Runway Edition Brother sewing machine. I have learned how to use it now. So I have told her that when she's ready, we will start with a pillowcase and go from there. Um, but yeah, she wants to knit first, which means I need to figure out what I'm doing. So there are needles on the way. And I will have time to start picking them up and exploring that come November.
I can't have to poop.
That was my husband. Here, Escape. You love sewing. You know, so my problem with sewing, I absolutely loathe hand sewing. I I guess I just have never learned enough about it. I might feel differently. I don't know. If I actually like dove into it more, maybe if I got into cross stitch or something like that. But I hate hand sewing. Sewing machines, my problem has been in the past that I didn't understand how the machine worked. And if I don't understand how the machine works, then as soon as my lower bobbin got tangled on something, I broke the machine in my mind. That was it. I couldn't do it anymore. Yeah. I struggled with that for years, and the sewing machine I had, it turns out, was very, very crappy. The one that we were gifted when Runa said she wanted to, that's my oldest, when she said that she wanted to learn to sew, we were gifted a wonderful sewing machine that the first time I used it, not only did I figure out the tension problem and correct my tension problem and not had all the problems with the lower bobbin, but I broke the damn needle at one point. I hit my finger and I broke a needle, and I figured it out. I changed the needle by myself. I have a little bit of a better understanding of the machine now, and now that I feel like I understand the machine a little more, I feel like I can focus on the project a little more. So, that might be a rabbit hole that we head down this winter, but that is something that has to be set up in my office, and it is too hot down there this summer to hang out there. So, winter projects, knitting and sewing. I'm excited. Of course, I have a million crochet projects to get me through the winter as well, but this is the way I roll. Let's see, is that actually broken now?
It's dead.
It's dead too?
Yep.
Okay, I'll charge it for you. Hey, if you bring me the other tablet, I can set you up on reading eggs. Do you want to do reading eggs?
Wait.
No, don't you step on this. What, baby?
On the computer?
Am I okay?
On the computer?
No, on the tablet that's next to the bed.
Okay.
I can try to set you up on it. You see the pink thing in the back. This thing? This is just a poncho. Very simple granny cluster stitches. And big twist pink ombre. Very, very simple. I've been living in that lately as it's been cooler out. Ah, you got it. Good job, babe. Let's see. Is that what you want? Do you want reading eggs?
Yeah.
Don't climb up here, please. Where's the... Oh. My brain wasn't working for a minute. No, I'm not joining. I want to sign in. Excuse me for a minute. Gotta get her set up. Why is this not working? It's not working. Hold on. If I give you this, you have to sit at the table.
Okay.
I can't just give you that. But no. Play something else for now, and I'll get you set up on reading eggs on that in a little bit. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you. What are you gonna play? Daniel Tiger? There you go. The reflection on this is horrible. I cannot see. Ugh. The sun needs to go just a little bit higher and get out of my face.
you see my fucking water?
No. I have not.
I don't know what I did to deserve this. Did you steal my water last night?
I haven't seen it. I don't know what to tell you. I can't see anything. There, now I can see a little better. But I want you to look at this, not me. Oh my goodness, I'm screwing up. Okay. What do I think? I'm using sock yarn for a shawl. I think it's cute. I like this flashing here. This is pretty. I want to see another streak of that somewhere. I'm wondering if that's just a fluke because of the dyeing. That was the beginning of the ball. I don't have, I should set something like that up. I don't have anything else. My husband has Cash App, but that's all. I appreciate you, Arity. You know how things are. The world is tight, and this is not a trip I was planning for. It's bittersweet. I'm grateful to get to go and spend a few days with my sissy. I'm grateful to be able to help her with this incredibly hard thing that we're gonna do. But it's also a huge blessing to get to hang out with her and to go through mom's things and see more of who she was than I ever could have known. I feel privileged. No, it's not easy, but we decided we were talking about maybe the first day going for a hike. And also, she asked if there was anything I wanted to do. We talked about anything I wanted to do. And I told her that there is a local yarn shop I found in town, so I want to go there. Because even though it's a bittersweet trip, I would like one little mini skein or something of a local yarn. And I would think that I want like a string of decoration, not that I travel much, but any local yarn shop that I go to, I want to find local yarns to kind of collect. I don't know. These are the dreams, right? That and just being able to comfortably, like, if they want to go out and eat, I don't want to be like, oh, I can't afford to go, you know. I have to split the hotel costs, or at least I'm trying to. She said her husband was putting the hotel on a credit card, but I would like to help, you know. You know, I think I used to have a PayPal. I don't know. I haven't touched that in years. I haven't looked at it in years. I don't know how to access it at the moment, honestly. I keep forgetting that I got myself readers because I'm old and it helps. I've officially reached that age that I'll be like grabbing my phone, going like this, trying to focus before I can really look at what's going on. It's terrible. I've always had bad vision though. I've worn glasses since second grade, I believe. And for as long as I can remember, I've been almost legally blind. So I'm not surprised that it's getting more difficult now that I'm in my 40s. Do you think it ever stops getting weird to look at your life and be like, oh my god, I am this age now? I imagine it never gets less weird. In fact, that makes me think of a video I saw of an old man who was guessing his own age once. And when he got to the appropriate number, which I don't remember what it was, but it was like in the 90s, or maybe it was even 100, 101, I don't remember. But when he realized how old he really was, he like hell, like couldn't believe it, couldn't accept it. Good morning. Well, not for you, V, my dear. Good evening. How are you? That's where you are now, 65. And where the hell did that come from? 19 in your heart forever. Yeah, I always see myself as like 23. Like, 23 is my number for some reason. So thank you for that confirmation, Arity. It never does get less strange, does it? Whatever. I've been having more and more fun the older I get. I am not complaining. And actually, my body is probably healthier than it ever has been since, well, in adulthood. Absolutely. I say that because even before I put on a bunch of weight years ago, I got very, very heavy. I've lost a little over 90 pounds now. Um, but before I got very heavy, I was a very heavy smoker from the age of 12 until about 33 when I got pregnant with my oldest. Um, so my entire adult life, I was a heavy, heavy smoker. I couldn't physically do the kinds of things that I physically can do now because I have both lost the weight and I'm no longer a smoker. So I can go for a hike up a mountain and not get winded. It's amazing. I never thought I would be able to do that. I did that with a baby on my back once, even. The first time the first time I met my 2 mile mark up a particular hiking trail around here, um, I did so with my baby on my back for about half of it. And when I realized how far I had come with her on my back, I cried. I couldn't believe that I had done it. Never thought I would be able to do this stuff. I'm so grateful. Even when I have awful, terrible tummy days like I did yesterday. I'm grateful. I feel like my body is mine for the first time in my life. Really. What an odd and amazing feeling. What's up, Star Wars' life form, meh? How are you? Welcome in. I'm just crocheting a shawl with some sock yarn this morning because it's pretty. What are you up to, Vima? You working on anything? And what have you picked up, Arity? Are you working on something now? Hmm. Nothing. Polish your nails, crappy job, but I need to get it out of the way. I'm all about the broken black nail polish. Have been most of my life. I think my girls decided we were going to do nails today. So, they're going to get cleaned up. But they're probably just going back to black. I'm back. Back in black. Amy Winehouse. That was such a good album. Oh my gosh. If you don't know it, go listen to it front to back. Amy Winehouse, Back in Black. Oh my god, one of my favorite albums. I've never really listened to any of her other stuff, but that album, there's certain albums in the world that from front to back were just done immaculately. Every now and then, there's one that's almost immaculate, and then there's like one song on it that's really terrible. But but every now and then you get a perfect album, and that is one of them. I think you can be into almost any kind of music and appreciate that album. Amy Winehouse's Back in Black. Back to, no, it's Back to Black. Back to Black. Mm. Oh, I have to check this message. 1 second, please. That's an important one. Hey, Carrie. Good morning, darling. How are you? I am having a pretty fantastic morning. Just been hanging out, talking with a few people, contemplating what I'm doing for the rest of the day. Getting together for a stitch and bitch with a friend of mine whose children are the same age as mine. So the kids go and scream downstairs. We hang out and talk and crochet. We are She is making a soup and bread, and then we have another friend bringing a soup, and I am to bring dessert. Anybody have any dessert ideas? Something super easy and amazing that would go well with a soup? Let me know, because I don't know what I'm doing yet. I was kind of thinking about just doing a dump cake and grabbing some vanilla ice cream on my way over there. Because at least then it's warm and delicious. I have several pie fillings. I could just cheat, I think. Ooh, I think I have apple pie filling. Ooh, apple pie with a spice cake on top. I might have just decided what I'm doing. Mhm. Oh my gosh. So, y'all, I finished myself a short row beanie, a bag o' day crochet pattern. This is just 2 of the panels for it, and you have to do 6. I finished this thing once, and I had to frog the entire thing last night because I have kind of a large head, and so as per suggestion by Crystal in her tutorial for this hat, I use a slightly larger, a 5.5 millimeter hook instead of a 5, and it was way too big. So I had to frog the entire roving hat last night because I'm not wasting that. Do you know how much that yarn is going for on eBay right now? It's insane. I cannot and I will not waste it. Good morning, Ganny Joe. It's so good to see you in here. How are you? The yarn is going for like $25 a cake right now. And I can't, I can't waste it. It frogged. It took me a very long time, but it did frog. I didn't ruin it. So now I'm redoing the entire freaking hat. But I really, really want that hat, or, you know, this wouldn't be happening. Ugh, the flies are waking up. I hate this so much. I swear it's... I mean, we'll burn some incense. That usually helps. Oh, and I messed that up. There's my sign to take pause. I am very, very big on smells. What are your favorite smells? This is by far one of my very favorite smells. Sweetgrass. I do outdoor incense for one because I don't want to burn it inside with my kids so much. I do down in my office, but that's in a totally separate part of the house. But I love incense. And it helps with bugs. So I like to burn it sitting out here. Hopefully that'll help. What are you up to today, Carrie? You still in here? Organi Joe, anybody got any fun plans for the holiday today? No plans. Yeah, I'm not all about the holiday, but we just have play date plans today. What do you plan on working on today? Imagine if you're staying at home, you're working on something. Getting doilies done for the birthday bash. I don't know about the birthday bash. Tell me about the birthday bash. I'm fairly new to your neck of the woods here on the YouTubes. I've heard of you a bunch and seen you in chats, but only recently caught you in live a couple of times. Oh, somebody needs to do something about their alarm. How long do you think that'll go on? Oh, thank goodness. Wait, I think I did hear you talking about your birthday's, what, mid-month? Is that right? And then there was a handful of other people. Am I remembering that correctly? The 15th at 4 p.m. Pacific. All right. Is that right, though? It's your birthday and a couple other people's that you're celebrating? I should write that down. I've been trying to remember to write these things down so that I can be present for some of these things. Let's see. Where's my pen? 15th at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Carrie B-Day Bash. Alright. I will try to be there. Just mind, but there's a lot of birthdays this month. Yeah. Alright. So you're a Virgo. I love my Virgos. One of my favorite humans ever. His birthday is today. My favorite Virgo. My cousin. And one of my very best friends. I really ought to work on that hat. I want it done so bad. Did you hear the North Dakotan come out of me for half a second? So bad. I want it done so bad. Leslie, good morning. Working on your knit for a bit. Excellent. What are you knitting up? I have a list of knit projects I long to do, but I have never. I've done one cast on. I just casted on the one needle. And that's all I did. That's as much as I've ever knit. Scarf. Nice. Grr, I left. Now I'm back and fat stupid fingers. What? Definitely a beginner. Oh, I see, Carrie. How long do you, well, obviously you crochet as well, your crochet corner. How long have you crocheted versus how long have you knit? I don't think that I've given myself enough time come the end of the year. Okay. I'm kind of hoping and praying knitting is going to be one of those things that I'm just going to pick it up and it's going to make sense to me suddenly, and I will take off with it and make all the beautiful things that I want to make. But I tell you, the feeling of anxiety, the wave of anxiety, the particular brand of anxiety that I experience when I pick up two needles. Oh, we'll see. I'm on the fence. My mother has agreed to, well, exactly, momming is important too. My mother has agreed or offered to make me a knit sweater, and I so badly want Tin Can Knits the flax sweater in a particular yarn that I have, the Butterfly Emperor. I think that's what it's called, Butterfly Emperor, the purple and gray Big Twist Menagerie. I have 4 balls of that, which is more than enough for that sweater. Um, and I want it in that yarn. I really do. I really kind of want to hand that over to her and let her do it. But I kind of, it's supposedly such an easy sweater that I'm hoping that I'm just going to take off and understand knitting and be able to make that sweater myself. So I haven't handed her the yarn yet because I kind of want to be able to do it for myself. You don't see the person that I'm talking to. I'm talking to you. I'm confused. Mm. Hang on a second. Okay, I don't know. I need to message my friend back, but it's not imperative to do it at this moment. Yep. I need to go do some dishes. I need to get our treat ready for their house. Which means I gotta run to the store. I hate running to the store. I don't want to run to the store. I don't want to go out in the world. Anybody else feel that way? It's too much. I live in a teeny tiny town. There's nowhere to really even go, and I still get overwhelmed. Good grief. I really am loving this thing as I'm working it up. Wish it was a little less toothy a wool, but it's not terrible. It's just a little shawl, or it will be when it grows up. I'm using I got 2 balls of this Simply Sock yarn in a Mary Max mystery bag. And so it's becoming a shawl. Or it's probably going to end up more like, one of these dealies. Thanks. It is a bag o' day pattern. Very simple 1-row repeat. I could manage to figure out what it is if you're interested. Oh, no. I almost goofed myself up. I wonder. Do you have a P.O. box, Carrie? Or would you email me an address if I wanted to send you a little birthday present? I got a thing a while ago that it came not as what it was meant to be, not as what I had ordered, but I think that you would appreciate it as it came. Where would I find your P.O. box? Just on one of your videos or your lives? Oh my goodness. Your about page. Okay. I will try to get that out in time for your birthday. I'm excited to see it go to a better home. I'll write myself another little note. I had post-its I brought up. Where's my pen? Hail Carrie. Birthday present. Ursa. There we go. Might take me a week to have money to send it, but I will figure that out. Crocheting a circle with black yarn for one of your projects. Just realized your count was off. Ah, yeah. I'm so glad you checked too. Do you have a neck light or a headlamp? I absolutely cannot deal with black yarn most of the time without some sort of extra light. I'm not even sure. Where are you located, Carrie? You said Pacific Standard Time, correct? You do. That would help. Let's use our tools, Arity. High five. Washington. Very nice. I have yet to make it that way. I know, but you're starting over anyway, aren't you? Take a urination station break. Get you, refresh your drink, stretch your legs, get your lamp, and then settle in for the project. We got this. We can do this. Y'all, I thought it was the funniest thing ever. So I'm pretty sure a lot of you feel the same. Mama G's voice is in my head when it comes to a lot of different names. And, you know, the urination station break is totally her and Rusty. I thought it was hilarious the first time I got a Mary Maxim mystery bag that she was almost offended, I think, that I didn't sing Mary Maxim a mystery bag. Mary Maxim a mystery bags. And I will never get it out of my head now. Okay, gonna make a coffee. You have your water. You'll grab the light. Yay! Good job, Arity. You got this. We got this. We got this. Just like me and realizing the glasses were sitting right there. Why the hell am I not wearing them? Smarter, not harder. Using our tools. Now, if only I could apply this ambition and commitment to the rest of my life. I only have so much bandwidth, and the kids take up this much of it, and the hubby takes up this much of it, and then I have this much of it, and I like crochet. So, yeah. Things flounder. It's almost the right season for me to start drinking hot coffee again. I'm excited. Oh, my kids are being so chill this morning. I mean, granted, I allowed them their screens. Good morning, Kim G. I gotta tell you, Kim G, saying that, my brother, so my maiden name starts with G. So my brother, first name is Tanner. When he was little, he thought he was such a little baddie and would walk around and say, "Don't F with me, I'm Tanner G," all the time. So I read your name and it's rhythmic in my head. Kim G. On that note, how's your morning? I'm squirrely. What did I do here? I did something wrong. Hold on. Bag up like that. Where'd you screw up? I did something. What did I do? Oh no, we're good. Okay. I didn't do anything wrong. Hurrah, hurrah. Oh no, now I did something wrong. Oh yeah. Okay. Or oofta. Oofta is what I should say. My goodness. Smoke needs to come this way so the flies will leave me alone. Neighbor's bringing his dog out, sounds like. What are you up to this morning, Kim? I'm working on a shawl. Got some sock yarn. Carrie, I believe, is working on some doilies, and Arity just went to get some coffee and a neck light to work with some black yarn. Oh, I know why I did that. Hold on, I'll be right back. Mm. Yay! Oh my goodness. Their dog is going crazy inside. Close to finishing a purple blanket for someone, but I wonder how wide would be good for a twin bed. I don't remember the measurements. I want to say. Why do I want to say 60? Let's see. I don't know how to make my screen wider. This thing is so new to me. I don't know how to work it. Twin bed measurements. Oh, well, 38. Oh, yeah. Look at you, Arity. You're on it. I took too long. So, yeah, I'm showing 38 inches by 75 inches. So, 40 by 75. Yep, yep, yep. Cool. My immediate response was this wide. Anytime I make a blanket, I'm not satisfied unless I can reach my wingspan with it. And that might be a bit excessive because I am almost 5'8". But that's generally what I want to achieve, is at least that. I want to be able to completely cocoon myself in it if I can, to be satisfied, especially gifting it to somebody. I don't know if I've ever actually measured out a blanket other than this granny square one I'm working on now, but I haven't measured it as a whole blanket. I've just, figured out the inches of the plan I have going. So do you think you're there with it then, Kim? You about done? And Leslie, isn't it so much harder to put down the knit as I make you put it down again by asking you a question? You knitters, talk to me. How hard is it in comparison? One of my favorite things about crochet is that I know how to fudge my way through a lot of stuff. Can I fudge my way through knitting? if need be. Baby blankets you've made in the past for friends are all huge. Yep, exactly. Me too, Arity. Amen. Ridiculously oversized baby blankets. I want them to be able to use it forever. I don't see the point in making some tiny little what's going to be a lovey to them by the time they're grown up if they decided to keep it. Whereas if it was gigantic, they would be more apt to keep it. Use the makes. I want to give you reason to use the makes. Let me hug you, right? That's really essentially what I just said. 12 skeins of Jiffy by Lion Brand Yarn. I don't know Jiffy. I, at this point, have lost count of how many skeins I have going into my hubby's color puke blanket. I know that I have 9 more to put into it. And the thing is already probably almost twin size. I want it to be gigantic for him, though. Back in the day. Always bought more. Yep, that's what I've always done for a long time. So I did this in 2 different rounds. Back. Oh, I know what it was. So after we had my first daughter, who is now 7, and we got our first, whatever the hell it is, the child tax break thing at the beginning of the year, when we got our taxes back that year, I dropped about $500 to $600 over the course of like 3 months or so, hoarding a bunch of yarn, a lot of solids. This was all primarily through Joann's, some Michaels, because of like their pro packs. I appreciate their pro packs, but when I bought the pro packs, I went overboard. I still have a ton of this one particular yarn because I bought 24 skeins of it because I had no practical perception of how much I would need for a blanket. I was just like, ooh, it's cheap. I'm going to get 2 of them. So, yeah, I went crazy. I bought a shit ton of yarn, and that literally, okay, that $500 to $600 that I bought a bunch of yarn on sale back in, that would have been 2019, I think, lasted me until probably about my birthday, November last year, 2024. So 5 years at least, where if I bought anything in between, it was like 1 or 2 skeins of something to fill in a gap where I needed to finish a project. Otherwise, I had everything I needed for years. And so when Joann's started doing all their big sales and they announced their second bankruptcy at the start of the year, I did the same thing. I had just gotten almost $600 for the commissioned rave cardigan that I made. And then another commission just after that was another $500. And so I spent almost that entire bulk on Big Twist primarily because I knew they were going out of business. I knew that was it. And then I went crazy and I bought some mystery packs through different companies and whatever. I am now on a yarn buying ban, I suppose, kind of, sort of. Well, really, it's just that I don't have any extra money right now. We're adjusting to the school year. We got to start paying for dance again. Had to get some curriculum things. Had to buy a freaking computer so that my girls can do the work that they need to do. I think I finally found an in. I'm going to talk about some mom stuff for a minute. I don't do that very often, but I think I finally found an in. My 4.5-year-old has been reading pretty fluently, pretty, pretty well at a second grade level for most of this year. I think it was probably April that she read over my shoulder a message that I was writing and shocked me. I didn't realize that she was reading like that. We work on these things. I read to her. I didn't know she was reading like that until she just did it one day. But my 7-year-old, we subscribe to child-led learning, passion-driven, the self-driven child. Um, my 7-year-old hasn't found her reason really to want to read yet. And so I haven't really pushed her because the one time that I did, it caused a pretty big emotion. She's very, very watery, emotional, Cancerian child. Um, it caused such upset that she shuts down with me in particular. She has done reading with other people in other situations. I know that she knows more than she shows me most often. Until recently, because her sister reading so fluently is upsetting her. Which, whatever reason she needs to light that fire under her little behind, I'm for it. So she got a little bit of the fire going because her sister's reading so well and showing off doing so. We've had several conversations about how mommy often sounds meaner than she means to. I don't feel upset just because I sound fiery. And so she has to understand that that incident that she was so upset about with us reading together that one time that shut her down so hard was not, she didn't need to be so upset. Anyway, she's come around. She's opened up to me. And we're working on it. And now a friend of hers moved to Arizona and she wants to be able to write her letters. And she wants to be able to play her new Minecraft education account that mommy got her on the computer. But I told her, I'm not going to read the commands and things for you. You have to do this. So, we're working pretty diligently now. She's actually doing it. She has found her reason and wants to read now. Exactly, it's a good thing. I was in the 7th grade and my 4th grade sister helped me with math. I helped her with English and history. It's amazing. So I've read a lot of books about unschooling and homeschooling and whatever. One of them, and I can never for the life of me remember, I think it's Peter O'Gray in Learn to Play, Play to Learn, something. I can't think of the title right now. But he's talking about the Sadsbury something school where it's basically an unschooling school. There is like a teacher, there are people who are in charge and are there as a resource to the children, but the children are to do what they want to do. They're allowed to go in there and play on their phone all day if that's what they want to do. They're also allowed to go and check themselves out and go to museums or the library or what have you and go do their own research. They are allowed to play games all day if they want to. And what they find most often is not having age segregation. The children play with each other the way that they do in my homeschooling group. My 4.5-year-old will tell you that her best friend is a 9-year-old. And they really are. Every time they get together to play, it ends up being the two of them because the other 3 of the 5 children present are so much closer in age and so much more into the same kinds of things and the same kind of play. Where my youngest and the oldest of the group are into a different kind of play and are into things like books and crafts and whatever. So they spend their, that's why she's reading. It's because she hangs out with a 9-year-old when we hang out together. They play school. The 9-year-old is reading to her, and so she's learning to read from the 9-year-old. It's amazing what these children can do for each other if you just step back and let them. Like, absolutely amazing. Yeah, they just need their reason for things. They need their reason for things. I'm trying to, and I provide all the resources for reading and math and basic science understanding. We will, when they're older, get into history and whatever. We will touch on. We will do all these things, but we fall down the rabbit hole on the things that they're more interested in, as far as they will go. We learned about like 6 different bodily systems one day because my daughter had a question about, sorry, it's gross, but corn poop. She had a question. So I pulled out the Smithsonian body book and we went through the digestive system and she said, "Well, what is that?" And I said, "Okay, well, this is your urinary tract system." "Okay, well, is this my," she used the correct term. She did, "Is this my vagina?" "Yes, that's what that is." "Okay, well, there's the male parts over there. Let's talk about the reproductive system. Let's talk about the circulatory system. Let's talk about," it just, we fell down this huge rabbit hole and she absolutely loved it and now she knows so much about all of that. Like, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I love this process, raising them and letting them discover who they are while just trying to lay that foundation in a way that works for them. I'm a little bit more apt to be, I don't push my oldest as hard as I push my youngest simply because of the ADHD. She is extremely, extremely ADHD like me. And she's also a bit more sensitive, a more reactively sensitive. So it's a little bit more difficult with her. My youngest, she's just so into it already, and she's fiery and obstinate in a lot of ways, and she's down to do these things. So it's easy. It's really easy with her. Oh, I know what I was going to say a second ago. The age segregation. That's another point that I like to make to people. My daughter is 4.5. Well, I guess she's a little closer to 5 now. Her birthday is at the end of October. Um, because her birthday is at the end of October, the public school system would not allow her to start kindergarten until she is almost 6 years old. We're talking August, September of next year when she's going to turn 6 in October that year. Excuse me. Do you know the requirements for starting kindergarten are to be able to say your ABCs and count to 30, I think, or 20, I think? That's it. She's reading. She does math. I'm not going to disable my child by putting her in a category based on her age. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to hold her back. I know. Yeah. I absolutely, the age segregation is one of the biggest downfalls, in my opinion. It's, we're disabling our children to squash them into a box, and I'm not going to do it. So, yeah, there's my little mommy rant for I love, see, and that's the other wonderful thing. I have all kinds of resources for different things that my children are interested in, and resources for things that Lori's Stories and Crochet. She's a math teacher. She has offered that if I ever need help in anything to do with math, she's my woman. Like, my one daughter is very creative and she draws and tells stories with her drawings, and then she likes to draw over herself, which, how can I tell her not to? So I have told her before that if she ever takes a real big interest in this, your Uncle Riot tattoos for a living, he can teach you. He's also an astrophysicist, so he is in charge of that category when we get to that part of science. Amen. Little sponge brains, they pick up everything if you just let them. If we get the hell out of their way and just let them. I picture my motherhood, it's like me going like this. I'm just the referee. I'm just keeping them in bounds, right? I'm just keeping them from falling through the cracks and then throwing resources at them. Oh, I buffered for a minute. You get it. You were 4 in Virginia, and they told mom to put me in kindergarten without experiencing pre-K. 2 years later in California, I repeated kindergarten as a 6-year-old. See? And it's individualized. That's the other thing. The school system will give your child an IEP, an individual education plan. Well, you know what? Each one of these kids is an individual. They each need an individual education plan. Like, and I know, it's not fair. This world is set up in such systems that most people cannot. I'm very, very, very privileged, and I'm very aware of how privileged I am to be able to be home with my children and live the way that we do. We've made choices that have allowed me to be able to be here. We don't have a lot of money to spare very often. I mean, if I get commissions, then I have money. I don't ask for a lot because we have what we need. My girls have everything they want and need. We just need resources to be able to live and learn and experience life. And that's, yeah. We get school funding through a program called Open Ed. So basically, I report once a week to a teacher what I literally have to report 3 to 5 sentences of what we did that week that allowed my children to learn. And it could be on the particular topics that we've signed up to cover or not. It doesn't matter. I just have to tell them what we've done where my child learned that week. But their requirements, what they are funding us for, is math, reading, science, arts, and technology right now. We get a certain amount of money to spend on things that qualify in those categories for the school year. So there are a lot of new things coming to my house, but it's because of school funding just opened. So that's how we're able to afford dance. Resources, baby. Use your resources, use your tools. And it's awesome. I'm not paying for them to go to public school and have somebody else raise them. No, no. There's a little side of me that I don't talk about very much. Not very openly. But yeah. Pretty passionate about these things. I feel pretty educated on the matter. I feel that if you feel like you are incapable of homeschooling your children, then the public school system did their job in making you think that you were incapable. I think it's sad that we went through a system that we feel that we can't pass on to our children. We graduated, right? Most of us, some of us. Yeah, anyway. Neighbors. Anyway. Mama Rat. Each child's an individual. If I thought it would benefit my child to go to school, then by all means they would. But at this stage in life and the condition of the world, nope, not happening. This country, nope. I had my babies because I want to raise my babies. So that's what I'm going to do. Speaking of which, I have been on here for almost 2 freaking hours, and while I know they have been doing educational activities on their tablets, that means they've been on their tablets for 2 hours. I'm starting to feel bad about that. Although they didn't touch them yesterday. And we had a big play date today. Okay, so I don't feel as bad about it, but still. I think I am going to go ahead and hop off of here. I appreciate y'all hanging out. It's been fun. This, I think, is my longest live yet. Yeah. I hope you all have a fantastic day and that you accomplish everything that you are setting out to do and that it's enjoyable. You bet. Ah, yes, do it. I will talk to you soon, Arity. Have a fantastic day. Love y'all. Leave me alone, bugs.